Hello guys and welcome. We're gonna be doing a very basic video today about all the keybinds that you need for Axis and allies. Now, these are very basic. I am talking about like super basic. You are a new player and you just got the game. It maybe it's your first time into a simulator. Maybe you don't fully understand what many of these things mean, or maybe you are overwhelmed by these settings. So I'm gonna teach you guys about the settings that we will need for Axis first, which is gonna be the simple, super easy and super simple. So if you're a new player and you just wanna get right into it, you just wanna go ahead and fly real quick, super fast, like hey, I just wanna fly, enjoy this game, then I highly recommend you start with a German planes. Why? Because the Germans had a fully automatic plane. You just have to click a few buttons and that's it. Alright, so let's stop talking and get right into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into settings, key mapping. Now we're gonna go from top to bottom. We're gonna go for the fourth option called plane controls. Here on plane controls we have the three most important plane controls that you will need: plane control pitch, roll, and yaw. Okay, how do you get this? Now IL-2 is super cool and gives you three different alternatives to use the same control. So for example, I don't know, if you have two joysticks for some reason, you can add it like here as well, right? So I have my axis keybind here. Now how do you keybind the axis? Okay, so it's very simple. You just click add, and then you move your right here we're talking about pitch control, so I'm gonna move my joystick forward and backwards, and that's it. The game detects the axis right away, which is super cool. I'm gonna cancel that because I already did it. Now hey, I don't know, man, my plane feels weird. Okay, so just jump into that little thing on the all the way on the right. You see that little graph, input responses. You click on it and then you check, like, okay, do you feel the sensibility? Is it maybe too much? Is it maybe too little? Maybe I kind of, I want it more sensible. Like I want my small movement to react more. I don't know, whatever you want. I like it on 0. I am very happy with the results I have so far, so I'm just gonna keep it that way, right? So that is how you're gonna add pitch, roll, and yaw. These are the very important ones. Now here on plane control, again, I'm talking about the basic stuff here, guys. So all those guys out there who really understand what the hell they're doing, please just avoid the unnecessary comments. This is all for new people. All right, so let's just scroll down. All right, we're not gonna touch any about the trimming system or anything, because you don't need that right now. You're new into the game, you're getting started, you just want to fly, right? So we're gonna go down as much as we can. All right, and not as much as we can, sorry, like halfway, and we're gonna find flaps up and flaps down. Now these ones I highly recommend you put them, again, you can just put it as a P or put it as an A, J, or whatever you wish to add it. Again, you have three different alternatives to use them. Just do it. Flaps up, flaps down. They're gonna help you, and it's a nice, it's a nice step forward into starting to understand a little bit more the the systems, right, of the flaps. Now we will continue to go down, and this one is obviously very important: gear up and gear down. It should be, I believe, in default it should be as G. Now I changed it to left shift plus G, because I suck and I sometimes hit my keybind by accident, and my keyboard by accident, and I click G and then I ended up destroying my own gear. So here I'm just gonna teach you how to do this. So let's say I want to do Alt plus G. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and click it, press Alt and then G at the same time, and there you go, left Alt plus G, and then you accept. Super simple, super cool. IL-2 system is amazing. Also, you can have it in two different keybinds: gear up, gear down. I honestly prefer it on the same button, and that's it. Now another keybind that you will actually need is gonna be your tail wheel lock and unlock. Some planes need it, like the Focke-Wulf 190, for example. If you have your tail wheel lock on the Focke-Wulf, you will notice that plane is gonna be rolling and spinning all over the place on the runway if you're not too if you have to be very delicate. Now also wheel brakes here, slash. I have it in slash. I believe in default is different, but Wheel brakes, you will need it. Why? Because these one actually, Jesus, I did this so long ago, but maybe I'm wrong here. But you will need this because the Russian wheel brakes have a specific system. So if you push your, for example, your left wheel, it will not activate, and you will have to be clicking this because the Russian planes have a different system. Just keybind it. Trust me, you will need it for the Allied planes. Now, obviously here left wheel brake and right wheel brake, if you have a pedal like I do, make sure you add it. If you don't, just put some keybinds. These are all very basic, very necessary for you to be able to taxi in the runway. And finally, another very important one, believe it or not, especially on the Axis side, if you're going to be flying a Messerschmitt 109, or I don't know why am I trying to say the full names, the BF 109, you will really need the canopy open and close. So make sure you have it here. Again, do it whatever you want. I have it in 2 different variables. I normally use just this one, but I don't know why I have that one, but maybe I have it for a reason. I'd rather don't touch it because I did this so long ago. So canopy open, close, open and close. These are all the very, very, very important stuff, okay? Everything else here, you don't need it. Now, lastly, if you're going to be playing online, there's some servers who, hey, you'd rather stay alive than dead. So make sure to have the eject one, which by default is Control E. So, yeah, that one is just a little special. Now that we finished the plane control, very basic systems that we, keybinds that we need, we're gonna go ahead and jump into plane engine controls. Which right off the bat, we need to have engine flip switch ignition. Sorry, no, not this one. My bad. Ignore what I just said. I meant this one. Engage engine start procedure. Engage engine start procedure, which is, I believe by default, I don't remember which one it is, but I have it on E, which works for me perfectly. Next, we want definitely engine throttle control, which I have it on my throttle axis. You can check it out here, you know, check whether it works or not. Hey, mine works perfectly fine. Awesome, I'm very happy. You see, that's it. Hey, you don't like how it is, the deaths, you want to add a death zone, so whatever, just do it. But hey, super cool, it detects it, super nice. Next one that you will need, very important, you're gonna need your engine mixture control, and this is for allies, not for Germany, but for allies. If you want to fly Russians, you need your mixture engine control. Now, if you don't have an axis for it, you can use buttons just like I did here. I remember, just add, you know, hey, I don't know, I want to use my numpad, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use number 5 for mixture up and number 2 for mixture down, and that's it. I accept it and I have it. Super cool, super simple. All right, next one that you will want is you want to have your engine supercharger switch and your engine turbo supercharger control. These two, you need them for specific planes. I highly recommend you to have it, and you will see later. I will give a little demonstration of how to use all of this. Next one will be your switch engine boost. Honestly, as a basic control, you don't really need this. This is for some more advanced Focke-Wulfs out there and specific planes out there that give you a boost. But hey, if you want to add it right now, might as well do it, right? The other one, really basic and very important, is your RPM control, propeller RPM control right here. I have it as in an axis. I believe it's this one here. Yep, this is my axis control here for my RPM. Again, hey, Toad, I don't have an axis for my RPM. Hey, don't worry, bro. No, don't worry. You can just add something else. Like your arrows up and down like I just did, and yeah, just use two I don't know, O and L, whatever you want, but you really need your RPM control, very important. And you can now scroll down, and this one is very important too, very basic. Remember, this is all the basic, all radiator shutter control axis. These you want, again, very simple. Click one, click the other one. Super cool. I love it how this works. You just put it on this one, believe me. And if you want to get, well, nah, I mean, I will just okay, I just talked too much. I'm getting out of my I'm just going ahead here, so sorry. All right, so simple, real quick explanation here. Switch all radiator control mode, manual and auto, this works for planes that are fully automatic. For the example, the BF-109s, the Focke-Wulfs, and all of that stuff that have automatic systems. Those planes will automatically open and close your radiators. If you want to manually control them, you can have a keybind for them. But if you're new to the game, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this keybind just yet. As you learn and you practice more, then you can start thinking about touching this kind of stuff. But right now, don't worry about it. Right, what you want to do is put your oil radiator shutter control axis and your water radiator shutter control axis. These two are super important. Did I mention the mixture control? Did I mention the mixture control over here? Did I, or did I not? Maybe I didn't, but mixture control is super important too. Engine throttle control, engine mixture control. Here again, just put whatever you want, but mixtures are super important. This is a one key control, okay, for the allies, not the BF-109s, not the Axis, for the allies, mixture control, okay? Don't forget that one. I don't know why I went back. Maybe I mentioned it, maybe I forgot, I don't know. I just, hey, better be sure than sorry. I forgot how to say that. My God, English is my second language. Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry, and I'm terrible at making guides, but I hope I am able to help you. Now, this is another thing that IL-2 will not tell you. Sadly, IL-2, I mean, the whole settings and everything is very straightforward, but they will not hold your hand. They will not let you know. You will have to find out through trial and error. There is a specific planes like the BF-109s. There's some BF-109s and the 110s, for example, BF-110s, and the early Spitfires like the Spitfire Mark V, who have a different water the radiator. Okay, you will have to keybind these ones separately if you want to fly the Spitfires. So what I'm trying to say is that what you just keybind up here, which is your oil radiator shutter control and your water radiator shutter control, which is right here, will not work for the Spitfires and the BF-110s. You will have to keybind these separately because they have a specific, they're probably different or something. They're unique, and this goes as well with the engine inlet cowls and outlet cowls. Now, there's a list of planes right here, which the game tells you. I-16, LA-5, Ju-52, A-20s, P-47s, Focke-Wulf 190, A-5, A-8, Ju-88, P-40, P-47, etc., etc. Now, this one has a they have a little system called the outlet cowl shutters and the inlet cowl shutters. Now, you will want to have to keybind these ones. Yes, if you want to fly them, definitely keybind them, because if you don't, you're going to have a very shaky plane. So I highly recommend you to do it. But again, if you're super new to the game or not, I just take my advice, fly Germans. They're all automatic. They're super simple to learn. So start through there before you start jumping into more complicated planes like the P-47 or the A-20 or stuff like that. So just, you know, take one step at a time. It's always better. Now, if we scroll down, I believe that's probably it. I recommend you, if you see that it says engine 1, and then you will see engine 2. Try to keybind them, maybe using like the same. If you're gonna be flying planes with like 2 engines, just keybind them to the same, you know, the same keybind that you did on the first engines. You see, so I highly recommend you do this. So it makes life very easy. Now, if you have a lot of like a very cool setup with a lot of buttons and everything, they do it separately, and maybe you will have a better control if you remember. But yeah, anyway, this is all you need. This is all you need to take off, to fly, and to have fun. Obviously, don't forget to the very basics, which is fire all guns, fire weapon 1, fire weapons 2, and you just have to click it and hold the trigger, and or I don't know. Oops, no, I don't want that. Anyway, you want to have this to fire your guns. You also, if you're going to be dropping bombs, it's right here. If you're going to be launching rockets, it's right here. And that's it. I mean, everything else you don't really not have to worry about, because it doesn't really affect your performance or anything. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and show you a little demonstration about what I'm talking about. So hey, you are new, like I mentioned, you're new. You can fly any of the axes, like literally any of all of these ones, and you will not have to worry about anything. Like literally anything. Let's just pick one at random. I don't know. Let's go for the G14, and let's put it on the runway, and let's put it parked, and let's go in. Okay, guys, so just for the sake of the demonstration, we're just gonna go ahead, turn on the engine by clicking E. Literally, there's nothing else we have to do. Like, just click E or the keybind that you chose as to turn on the engine process, right? Now, second, we don't want this canopy flying off, from us. There is no runway in here, so we're just gonna go ahead and close the canopy. Now, for some reason, it's telling that my first engine is overcooled, which it shouldn't. We just literally turn it on, but whatever. We're just gonna head and throttle a little bit, slowly and steady. Remember, you had your flaps. You can put the flaps down a little bit if you want for takeoff or whatever. And we're just gonna slowly increase the engine power. And we're using my pedals to control the tail wheel, because this plane has tail authority. Now we're gonna slowly increase more and more the power, so we can actually take off, and it's gonna be super easy. I know that's all we're gonna have to do to take off on these G14 BF109 G14. We get our landing gear up, and that's it. We are airborne. You see, you don't have to do any mech control. You don't have to do anything. You just have to throttle up, and that is it. And control the tail wheel with your pedals or whatever keybind you put as your yaw axis, and that's it. We're flying. We are flying. You see that? Very simple. Like I said, Axis is the best way to start the game, because it's the easiest way to start the game. Now, I want to show you guys what happens if you open your canopy. Oh, there we go. I opened my canopy and it went out flying. It's over there. And it's going to the water. And it landed on the water. So you see, very simple, very cool. And yep, you can pull the trigger if you want. And that's it. Super simple, right? So now let's go ahead and show you the same but for allies. Alright, so let's go ahead and do the same for allies and show you all the keybinds that you set up, how to use them. Alright, so let's do it. Let's go ahead and grab a I don't know, let's go for something very simple, something that, you know, has no trouble for anybody. Right now, I-16 has a little bit more, complicated because of the cowl shooter. So let's go ahead and grab something that you probably have, Yak 1 Series 69. There we go. Parked, yes. We're gonna start. Now remember, everything we just keybind is all we're gonna need. We don't need anything else for this. I want to show you. I want to give you guys a little bit of a demonstration of why do we need those keybinds. Why they're so basic and so important, right? So I'm gonna spawn right away. I'm gonna try to turn on my engine without touching anything, and you will see that it will not turn on. Well, in theory, it shouldn't turn on because I don't have my mixture control on. So here we go. I got my mixture is. I'm gonna leave it on 0, and I'm gonna try to turn on my engine, right? And in theory, it will not turn on because I'm not pumping any mixture in it. And this is why allies can be a little bit more frightening, because allies is, hey, I need to do this little stuff more than, you know. Yeah, you will see what I mean. So we're trying to turn on the engine, and it's trying to go on, but you see my propeller is not even, it doesn't want to do anything. It's like, oh, what happened? It didn't turn on. Why it didn't turn on? Alright, so it didn't turn on because we have to put mixture into the engine. Okay, so we have to use our mixture control that we just showed. So let's just put it into 100. We are new into the game. We don't really know what's going on. So I'm just going to leave it into 100. All right. Now we put our engine water radiators axis, remember. So we just open the radiators as well. I mean, why not? We can just, you know, put them, I don't know, 45% and open the old radiators as well. Put it on whatever, right? I mean, not whatever. You will have to learn as it goes what to put. And where to put it so you keep your engine cool and it doesn't, you know, overheat or anything. And we can put the RPM here. We can just put it here at like about 30%. Should be fine. Oh, there. And now we're gonna try to start our engine now. All right, after doing a little bit of mech, now our engine should be fine. Now let's wait for a pilot to do the whole procedure. And here we go. Now it's already starting to look different than before, and already even you can listen to that. And there we go. Now our engine is on and is ready to rumble. But hey, Tote, I did the same thing the other day, but it was so hard for me to taxi. What was that? Oh, right, because you remember that keybind I told you about? You hear this noise? Wait, let's finish for the radio guys to finish talking. You hear this noise? I'm constantly doing it like that. Psst, psst. That is the brake system of the Russian brake system, right? So if I want to go ahead and move and I put my rudder to the right, it's gonna be very slowly. You see how slow it's turning to the right, correct? But now what if I pull? You see, I'm using my rudder here to try to control the plane. So now what if I put a little bit of that brake system in there, right? So if I go ahead and put some of that brake system, it will start. You hear that? You hear that? You can hear how that wheel is actually braking. You see what I mean? And now I am able to actually control the plane a little bit better. I'm turning left. Now I'm gonna start turning right, and I am able to taxi. Let's look at it from above. All right. So I'm turning right here. Now I'm gonna turn left while using that system, that keybind for the brakes, right? So that helps you taxi, and it's very important if you want to taxi around. Okay. So now we have all of this, and we're ready to take off. So let's go ahead and look at there on the left. Let's get that path going. Alright, we're ready. So we're just gonna go ahead and full throttle and put our RPM high as well, because if we don't put our RPM high and we put it 0, we are not giving any power to the engine. So we have to make sure we put that RPM high so we can give more power to that propeller, so we can actually get into that speed and take off. The good thing about the Russian canopies is that we don't really have to worry about them going away. We can open and close them whatever we want. Now, if you're going too fast, you're not gonna be able to open it, or you're not gonna be able to close it. Now that we took off, we made sure to remove our landing gear. As you can see, we put it back up so it doesn't go flying or anything. And now we're flying, we're airborne. We don't have to worry about anything else. If you're new to the game, don't worry about your mixture, just leave it into 100, it doesn't matter. There is a few instructions that you can learn about the mixture and so on as you progress into the game, as you get better. There's also, like, if you open your radiators fully, you're gonna create more drag, therefore you're gonna be slower, whatever. Don't worry about all that stuff right now. Have fun, enjoy yourself, open your radiators, put your mixture all the way to 100 and enjoy yourself. And as you're going improving into the game, I want to learn more, I want to get more into details, then you can start exploring and learning or reading guides. There's so many guides out there about your radiator, what does your water radiator control does, what does your old radiator control does, what are the settings for both of them, how much should I put in your mixture, and when should I use my supercharger. When I'm climbing, if I'm climbing and I go above 3,000 meters, should I put my supercharger or should I not? And that's it. That's the end. Very simple stuff. These are all the basic keybinds that you need for IL-2, Axis and allies. Now I did not mention anything about the cold shutters, the inlet cold shutters and the outlet cold shutters, because I believe those are settings to be more advanced in more advanced planes like the LA5 FN, P47, A20s and so on. Again, this is just the very basic for the most basic planes in the game and for new people. Alright, so all of you guys start with these planes, and once you start getting the hang of it, then start exploring those more complicated planes. Anyway, I hope I was able to help you. Have a wonderful day. I don't know how to say goodbye. Anyway, it's not a goodbye, it's a see you later. Take care guys, much love, and I hope I'll see you in the next time or next one or whatever. I'm just terrible. 07 guys, take care.